Hey everybody, Tyler Cruz here from tylercruz.com. I thought I would do a screencast for this post because I haven't done one in a couple months or so. So just to kind of change things up, I thought I'd do one. What I wanted to talk about was basically I wanted to answer one of the commenters from my most recent blog post, and he wrote here. It's from Dave, and he wrote, I am looking on Neverblue, and most of the campaigns have an EPC of like less than 5 cents. No way to make a profit with that. Should those be ignored? Um, and a lot of people ask me this, or they at least kind of mention it. They say, "Oh, I chose this particular offer because it has a high EPC." And I think it's really important that you know that network EPC is really pointless. It's really meaningless, in my opinion. Um, which is it's kind of interesting why affiliate networks even use them still, because while they may give you a very rough indicator of an offer, it's in my opinion it's still they can just vary so widely that it's just really meaningless. And I'm going to explain why I believe that network EPC numbers are meaningless. So before I continue, I'm just going to show you exactly what I mean for those of you that are kind of new. So I'm just logged into Purefly here, and just on their offer screen or campaigns screen, and this will look pretty much like most affiliate networks. And so a lot of affiliate networks will show the EPC, the earnings per click, the average earnings per click on their offers, just like you can see here. So you can see that the pay rate, for example, is like 80 cents, and then the average earning per click is 4 cents, which works out to a conversion rate of 5.3%. Now, a lot of people getting started into affiliate marketing will, when they're looking for an offer to run, they will, sort by EPC in descending order and go, hey, look, I might as well choose an offer that has, a higher EPC. It only makes sense. So you can see here that there's a higher one of 24 cents for eDates Germany, and then a lot of the other ones are pretty low, quite low actually. So people may just pick this offer here because, hey, it's a 24-cent EPC. As long as I can, get my bids below that, if you're using a CPC model, then you should be profitable. And that's the right type of mindset. But the problem is, as I said earlier, EPC is very meaningless. Okay, so why is it meaningless? Basically because hang on, let me just close Gmail there. Basically, it's because EPC, they're just showing you the network average, right? So how does that have any type of relevance for what you're going to do? You have no idea what other people are running, where they're running it, if they're using landing pages, what they're targeting, etc. So, for example, let me just try to let's see if this helps here. So let's just say this is the offer, okay? And then you've just say you've got hang on a second here. I shouldn't be doing this in Photoshop, but okay. So this is the offer, and then let's just say you have these are whoops, the little circles here are publishers. Okay, so let's just say you have you've got like 4 publishers running the offer. Okay, and then you got 4 publishers running the offer, and their average on this, let's say they're running Vindale Research, and then those 4 people together, all of their traffic, on average, their average earning per click works out to 4 cents. Well, let's just say all of these people were using PPV traffic, okay, which is really cheap generally very low quality traffic, and that would kind of explain why the earnings per click is so low. Well, all it takes is for like one guy, like a different publisher. So you got a fifth publisher here, and he is running Facebook. Okay, Facebook, face. I'm trying to write with my mouse here. Facebook traffic. Okay, and these people are all running PPV. So it's low, very cheap traffic, which will end up with. Well, I guess you can't see that. It's there. Very cheap traffic, low quality. Facebook generally pretty good quality and more expensive. Well, anyways, all it takes is for this fifth publisher to enter in, and generally Facebook traffic will convert a lot better than pay-per-view traffic, just because it's generally it's going to have better targeting, a lot of better targeting options, which will yield a better conversion rate. And because of that, he will basically influence the EPC here and could drive it up. If he did a ton of traffic, he could really influence it, and he could suddenly overnight he could change the network's average. It depends what the network uses as their rolling average, but after a while, if he sends a lot of traffic, he could bump this up to like 15 cents or 20 cents or 50 cents EPC. Similarly, if these roles were reversed, you could have these four publishers all running Facebook, and before the fifth guy enters, the EPC would be really high. So then the EPC would be like, let's say 35 cents, and then so you might take a look at this offer and be like, wow, this is a great offer. It has really high EPC. Well, it's just because all of those publishers that were running it were just running really like high quality targeted traffic. So you can kind of see, at least I hope, why it's meaningless. It's because you have no idea what's going on, behind the scenes. You have no idea who's running it, how many publishers are running it, how targeted their traffic is, what their quality of the traffic is, and all of that data. So when you're looking at offers, I just highly recommend you just completely ignore the EPC, because you have no idea if there's one publisher. And like, this is another thing, you don't know how popular the offer is. It could be a brand new offer. This could be one guy's data. This could be just one publisher's data, or it could be super popular offer and there could be 200 publishers running it, and you just don't know. And as a result, the conversion rate is actually meaningless as well, because these go hand in hand. So these two columns you should ignore. They should have no bearing on whether you choose the offer or not. The only thing that should matter, apart from the actual offer and like the path they're using on the landing page and all of that, and niche and all of that, is the pay rate. And once you take a look at the offer and where the conversion takes place, if it's like a one-page submit, or once you find out like how difficult it is to make a conversion and the niche, the only other thing that you should care about is the rate, and that should give you a rough idea of what you could expect to make. Once you're familiar with the traffic source and have been doing it for a while, you have a rough idea of what you could expect. But yeah, again, I'm just going to say it over and over again, just because so many people ask me about this. But yeah, just EPC and conversion rate, very meaningless, completely meaningless, and you should ignore them. I'll just add something else. It is so meaningless that a while back I was considering, because there was one particular offer that I was doing very well on, that I'm not currently running, but at the time I was running it for a while, and I was doing very well on it, and my EPC was pretty high, and so I thought, well, I didn't really want other competition to come in, and so I was contemplating. I wasn't running PPV traffic on it. I was running pretty high quality traffic, so it had a high EPC on it. And so I was actually considering just buying a lot of really cheap, like RON PPV traffic, just so that I could kind of influence and the network EPC on the offer, because I knew that I was a #1 publisher on it on the time, or at least in the top 3. And so I was thinking of just buying some really cheap PPV traffic to kind of hide the fact that it was a pretty good offer. So instead of other publishers seeing that, hey, it's got a 50-cent EPC, my PPV traffic would drive it down to like 3 cents. So that's just another example of why it's useless and why you should never pay attention to it. Okay, I hope everybody understands that now. And the only like EPC, before I finish this video, like I don't want to confuse the fact that EPC is meaningless completely. Like if you when you're tracking your own data, EPC is obviously unbelievably useful. It's like pretty much the most useful metric you need to know. EPC and CPC, right? Which will equal, one minus the other will equal your your profit per click. So all you really care about is if it's knowing your own personal EPC. The network EPC is completely meaningless. Okay, so anyways, I know I said the same thing over and over again, but I just wanted to kind of really cement that in your minds. Okay, if you have any questions, just comment on my blog post, and thanks for watching. Bye.